What's going on, agents? Ask Adam here. If you enjoyed today's content, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to get future Division 2 updates. Before I get started, I want to say thank you to my fellow service members and veterans. We love you. Thank you for your service. Also, suicide is never an option. If you're feeling suicidal, please get help. Call a family member, call a friend, call the National Suicide Hotline, message me. Do what you need to do to get well. Alright guys, so today I'm going to give you a quick update on my hardwire build and then show you my new skill build. It's the same turret seeker mines but without the hardwire, and see how that is and show you the differences between the two. So just to start out, I did mod everything even though it's not showing it, and I modded for armor and health, and so I'm getting about the same damage with both the turret and the seeker mines in both builds, but my cooldown is 13.3 on the other build and 18.7 on this build. So the cooldown is quite a bit longer on this build, even though you do get your skills back with the 4-piece hardwire, and some people have asked me about that. The 4-piece hardwire is when you killing with a skill resets the cooldown of your other skill. Repairing a friendly's agent's armor from 0 resets the cooldown of your skills. Can only occur once every 15 seconds. When a skill cooldown ends or reaches full charges, gain bonus damage and repair to all skills for 15 seconds. So that's the 4-piece set. Some people asked me how I was getting my BTSU gloves procced. The 3-piece is electrify your deployed skills, causing enemies to wander too close to be shocked. Can occur every 10 seconds. Now, I use the tamper-proof on the range, so that way I don't have to throw a grenade or something. But really, in the open world, everything's going to avoid it. Nothing runs into it except the big guys if they want to kick your turret. But honestly, it does not work in the open world. So there is that. But what I wanted to show you is I basically did health and armor on everything, and I ended up with 367,000 armor and 76,000 health. That's really good for a skill build. And I have patience on my knees. So basically, I don't die with this build. I can just keep going. And with the specialization, I can't think what it's called. Specialization. That's this. Yeah, that. You get armor back when your skills are. You get 20% back every time you throw your seekers. So not only are you getting it back with patience, but you're getting it back when you throw your seeker mines. Really is a strong defensive skill build. Really nice. Okay, so let me show you my new non-hardwire build. So with this build, I'm using the BTSU gloves, but like I said, my seekers are down to 13.3. The damage is a tiny bit higher. But what I also have is well, let me just run through it. So I'm using a P416. I'm using ignited so that I can burn somebody every 3 rounds, or every 3 kills. It has recharged on it for the 25% extra duration for my turret. I'm using an M60 with rooted. That gives me the 25% extra skill damage every minute while in cover. And I'm using in rhythm so that I can get some skills back faster. My mask is a China Light with 407 skill power, 40% damage to elites, 20% skill haste. My chest is a Fenris for the 10% assault rifle damage, 5.5% weapon damage, 862 skill power, 9.5 headshot damage, neither here nor there. Hardened for 15% armor, hard hitting for the 25% damage to elites. Oops. And explosive damage on my mod. Now here's where it gets kind of interesting. I'm running Douglas Harding for the 5% accuracy, which doesn't do anything. 47% skill haste. Now I'm running reassigned, but I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. And basically what that is killing a status affected enemy adds 3 rounds of random special ammo into your sidearm, and that can occur once every 45 seconds. Now I'll come back to that. So I've got 3.5% explosive damage in my mod. So the way that I use this is I actually will start out with my grenade, my EMP grenade, throw it out, get a status effect, get a kill. That puts 3 rounds of special ammo into my sidearm, so that way I can proc my BTSU gloves when I don't have any other way to proc it, because I'm not running any skill that can proc the BTSU gloves. Now, in practice, in a group especially, it doesn't work as well as you would hope, because you're not getting that killing blow all the time. Solo works just fine. Okay, so backpack, I am running skilled for the 25% chance to reset skill cooldowns, and destructive, and guys, I'm so sorry, I cannot talk today. Utility mod with 3.5 explosive damage, and an assault rifle mod. BTSU gloves, of course, we all know what those do, and the two mods both have explosive damage. Knees, I am running calculated. I wanted to give that a try because I wanted to try to get my cooldowns as fast as possible. So killing from cover reduces skill cooldown by 10%. Still wish that was 20. That'd be nice. And an assault rifle damage mod. This also is part of the China Light. Don't really need the shotgun, but whatever. So anyway, what I found with this, running calculated, running skilled, and running in rhythm, my cooldown, why does that keep, man, some bugs going on, keeps closing. My cooldowns, instead of 13.3 seconds, no matter what, whether I'm in a group or not, seem to be more in the range of 8 seconds, because they're coming back so fast. They're either being immediately restored, or the time's coming down. So really, this has really fast cooldowns, which is kind of nice. Now, I'd show you on the range the damage, but you're just going to have to trust me. It's messed up right now. Even when I have my BTSU gloves procced, I get a damage range between 2 million and 1 million. I don't ask me. I have no idea what's going on with that. And I've done tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of range testing with skills, and I can't tell you why it's doing it. Even when I have my enemies are infused, where they should be getting the 50% skill damage and the 110% skill damage, I got 1 million. But then other times when they're not infused, I got 2 million. So I don't know what's going on with it right now. But trust me, it's still hitting in the neighborhood of 2 million, 1.6 to 2 million, depending on the enemy type. Let me show you my stats real quick. Stats are headshot damage 65%, 0 crit. I have 67.5% explosive damage. You can see it comes from mostly mods and destructive. I have 78% damage to elites. 33% assault rifle damage, 8% all weapon damage, and that's just because my chest has none and my backpack has none. Oops, man. Doing great today, guys. Doing great. Okay, do I need to show you anything else? It's funny because at 17.7, yeah, that's right, but I like the way this is set up. I'm just not used to it yet. Dark Zone. Okay. I do have 217k armor, so that is a huge difference from the Hardwire set. This set is much squishier, but gets the skills out much faster. So let me show you one other thing really quick that I wanted to go over before I let you go for the day. Two things, actually. One is the Faraday field. If you don't know about it, you want it. So you can see I can come all the way over here, and I'm still attached to my turret. So while I'm attached to my turret, and this is more than what the description actually says that it does, it's worded badly, but what it does is, say you're in a Black Tusk mission. The dog gets destroyed. It says you will not be disrupted. That is true. But also your turret is not disrupted. And depending on how you read that, it doesn't actually read that way, but that's what happens. Your turret will not stop firing, which is awesome. Because I complained before TU5, when skills were kind of weak, that why would the hardest content in the game have Black Tusks and dogs and all these things to disrupt skills when skills are not even up to par with guns, and nothing stops guns from shooting. So they did fix that with this right here. As long as you're in that blue tethered range, you cannot be disrupted and your skill cannot be disrupted. Now that's not to say that if you have seeker mines way out in the distance that they won't be disrupted. They will. But it is a huge step in the right direction. Also, if you didn't know, when a skill gets destroyed, you get 20% of your armor back with the new specialization, which is very nice, especially for a build like this where I have no healing except for my armor packs. Every time I throw my nades out, and you won't see it, but when I throw my nades out, if I were hurt, I would get 20% of my armor back right then, which is very nice. All right, guys. Well, that's really all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. I am going to put together, I think, a rifle build. I want to try that out. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I may have to do a little farming, so hang in there, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.